Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, Elder Bishop, the Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and blessings to you, fellow brothers, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. And this here is from the World Economic Forum. This is actually on their website. So this is not no sea theory. This is not something that we just made up. These are pretty much a front for the wicked elite, and basically they're openly telling you what they're going to do next. So let me go. I'm gonna just go through this article, just a little bit of the article. I got a couple of scriptures as well, and then I got another article just to kind of get a little bit more context of what's going on here. And basically, this is called Revelation of the Method. Okay, so this is the World Economic Forum, 4 global risks to look out for in the post-pandemic era. This is from August the 19th. So this is relatively new. Okay, this is not an old thing. Okay, so let me just hit some of these points here in this article and just show you how the wicked, okay, Esau, Edom, all right, the wicked elite bankers, all right, the so-called illuminated ones, they're openly telling you what is getting ready to happen next. And through the Holy Spirit, we're able to identify these things, okay, because this actually lines up with biblical prophecy and what would happen in the last days. This a draconian time, a dystopian rulership, a super wicked rulership in which they will try to control your every move, okay, stop you from buying and selling if you do not adhere to their system. And this is nothing new. It's just digital now. Okay, it's more, it's upgraded, if you will. Okay, Esau wants you to bow down and worship him through worshiping his image and receiving his M to the A to the R to the K. All right, it says the post-pandemic era is being shaped by heightened global risk and unpredictable shock events. Okay, shock events. Yes, a great shock is getting ready to come, all right, to this earth. All right, it's not going to shock us because we're actively watching and we understand that these things are getting ready to come to pass. Power is dispersing in a post-superpower era. Basically, America is going down. America is really the only superpower. They have global dominance, but then you have rise of other superpowers like Russia, the BRICS, Russia and their his companions. While governments struggle with a concurrent crisis of political legitimacy worldwide, because people are questioning these elections worldwide. These two parties are so far gone. You pretty much got like a 49 to 51%. So pretty much it's half and half split. So half of the population doesn't want the other candidate in there. Okay, the lingering pandemic mental health crisis is being exacerbated by climate and AI. So they're blaming the mental crisis, okay, on climate and AI. Esau, man, let me get this is why the mental crisis is taking over this place, especially here in America. But people are bugging the hell out. Okay, this is right, Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity, shall abound, not climate change, not AI, the love of many shall wax cold. So let's, because for you to kill your spouse over, over reasons that are not lawful, or to kill your children, to run off, drive off a cliff, for you to randomly push somebody in front of the train, you're not you're not you're not of a sound mind. You're crazy. And this is what this word, for that word code, is psycho. Okay, let's look at the word psycho. It's not going to give us that. Spelled that wrong, but we're good. Right. Of relating to or being a person who is mentally or emotionally unsound or unstable. It does not, isn't that pretty much the definition for mental health crisis? Especially in a way that results in dangerous or violent behavior. People are off of themselves, often other people randomly. Okay, breaking and entering. I mean, these things have always happened, but it's exacerbated. And here, the World Economic Forum is highlighting these things. The lingering pandemic, they're blaming the pandemic, mental crisis, is being exacerbated. Look at this word, exacerbated. Make a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling worse. Right? It's worse. These things have been going on, but they're getting worse. Right? And they're blaming the mental health crisis on climate and AI. And the scriptures say something different. The scriptures say it's because iniquity shall abound. Now, what is iniquity? Okay, iniquity is the breaking of the law. Sin, not only just sin, but sin upon sin. This society is built upon sin. Well, the very nation was built upon rape, robbery, and murder. And the scriptures say, woe to you that build up a town with blood and establish a city with iniquity. Okay, let's get that actually, because this is why people are going psycho. This is why individuals are mentally unstable. Did we get the whole definition there? I think we did, right? Right. Of relating to or being a person who is mentally or emotionally unsound or unstable, especially in a way that results in dangerous or violent behavior. And this dangerous and violent behavior, this unsteady behavior, mental behavior, this was associated with the end of the world, okay, which we definitely understand and know that we are at the end of Edom's, his world, okay. And with that, all right, he in his end, he's literally telling you what he's getting ready to do. Okay, so let's read this back in Matthew. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. I was going somewhere else. Yeah, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Right? This is Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. See? So this is why, because iniquity shall abound. Well, you establish the city by actual iniquity, by coming here and murdering the indigenous people. Okay, giving them smallpox blankets. Well, now you got the mpox. You got these different diseases coming. That's all part of it too. That's all part of this place going down. You got all these different pestilences. These are nothing but plagues. Okay, we're done there. Let's go back to the article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's not like a super long read either. Power disperses. This is number one. Power disperses in a post-superpower era. Basically, they're saying that America as a superpower is falling. Most citizens would agree that our community of world leaders, including the G7, G20, largely fell short in tackling the C-19 scamdemic. Since the pandemic eased, the reality is we haven't had enduring global leadership on much, and it's hard to imagine the changing soon. This is partly because superpowers are terribly burdened with global wars and domestic challenges. It's nothing but hell. These powers will, and who's actually destabilizing these nations? The same individuals that are writing these articles. Right? This is the revelation of the method, and we're going to get a little excerpt from that on this website. These powers will, of course, still be relevant, compete and attempt to lead everywhere from space to AI and oil, but look for other actors to step up more to fill the leadership void. Russia, China, Iran, including geopolitical swing states, leveraging rare earth minerals like Ghana to reduce the dominance of superpowers. Smaller states, example Scotland, using climate funding as a foreign policy tool. So you can read more on that. Let's go to number 2. A big election year won't stop our recurrent crisis of political legitimacy, because every what they called election, right? In all these countries, it's being questioned if it was rigged. It's being questioned, if it was set up. You have pretty much half of the population that is upset that their candidate didn't get put in there, and you have major coups going on, okay, all throughout these different countries, okay, and America is not, okay, it's not what's the word? America is going to be a part of that, basically. Slovakia. America's not immune to that, okay? Everyone has rightly noted how 2024 is the biggest election year in history, with around half the world going to the polls. Yeah, because you got major elections all throughout the earth. This, of course, could still be complicated by AI disinformation. So they're blaming AI, cyber attacks, or simply accusations of rigging, as already seen in countries like Bangladesh, Venezuela, and the U.S. And who's causing all this mayhem? It's just happening, right? Nah, this is all by design. I'm done there. You can read more on your own. A more complex. This is number 3, right? So there's 4 things that we should look out for. This is number 3. A more complex global mental health crisis, going back into iniquity. This is the reason why. Basically, they're saying that more people are going to be bugging the hell out, okay, committing crimes, doing weird shit, on drugs, okay, losing their mind, and it's going to be globally. Okay, well, who is destroying all these economies? Okay, who is making the people mind go crazy? Well, you juice them up. Who knows what's in there? Okay, causing people just to go back to the spiritual world, causing people to lose their mind. You have certain people that took it and said, I don't feel the same. Or it's clear and obvious that this individual is different. I've heard that several times. I've also known a person actually to go crazy afterwards. Like literally go crazy. Blew $1 million. How about that? Just right after that, just blew $1 million, left the country. Crazy. A more complex global mental health crisis. The scamdemic was the greatest threat to mental health since the Second World War. You mean the measures that these governments took, and where did the measures come down from? Did each government just do their own thing? Nah, there was a script. All right, and these governments, they went through that script. Some bucked up, some weren't fully involved, but for the most part, they all did what pretty much the wicked elite want them to do, and it was pretty much a test run for greater lockdowns. Okay, many of us. So it wasn't a scamdemic or the actual dis-ease, all right, that was the greatest threat. And I'm not going to even dive deep into that, because Esau literally take the video down, all right. But it was the response, okay, the response that these world leaders took, which the world leaders are controlled. Well, you have something called the young global leaders. Okay, Russia, Vladimir Putin is part of the young global leaders, and this is the World Economic Forum. Okay, and they infiltrate, and they tell you purposely. We ain't even got to go into the video. The videos are out there. They tell you purposely that they infiltrate these governments, and they put in puppets. Many of us are still struggling to catch up in our own personal and professional life. Yeah, it took out many businesses. Okay, took out many people. The emotional, mental damage. Yet other challenges to post-pandemic mental health are increasing, thanks to climate change and AI. So they're blaming climate change and AI. First, therapists say climate change is generating a new type of anxiety, and that's bullshit. Okay, that's literally they're just making shit up. Okay, it's because of the policies, these draconian policies that these leaders have taken, and pretty much is taking all the wealth from the average individual, and the rich are getting richer, and basically the food is more corrupt, spraying all type of shit in the air. I'm done with that. This is really what I want. Now we come into the meat. Okay, an era of shock events. Right, an era of shock events. Okay, that's what's coming. An era of shock events. An era of perplexity. Okay, was that Luke the 21st chapter? Make no mistake, the U.S.-driven post-Cold War era ended a while ago, and realistically, America 2004 election won't change this. Enduring global leadership, democratic ideas, globalization, and liberal values have been notably challenged, and superpowers are overstretched. This is a global legitimacy crisis, as argued in my book and our post crowdsourced research. And who wrote this book? Was it Klaus? Where does it say? Let me see. Ma Hossein. Let's see. So you already know Small Hat. Maha. This is who wrote this? Nah. She was given a script. If that's the individual. She was given a script. Okay. This global legitimacy crisis, argued in my book and our post-crowdsourced research since 2019, this period of muddling through means of anything can help in our post-scamdemic era. Look for global risks to be further exacerbated by unexpected, destabilizing shock events. So they're actually telling you straight up, right? Look. They're so bold. They're so bold to come. It's not even. These are not even predictions. This is what's going to happen. A new global extremist group emerges. Look at that. So you're going to have a global extremist group, so-called terrorist group that's going to be terrorizing different parts of the earth. With the world distracted with multiple major wars and leadership in decline, this could be a opportunistic time for a new extremist group to make its mark. Okay, and maybe not face as many consequences. Perhaps it will even leverage AI tools to kick off a new phase of terrorism. So how can you get so specific? A cyber pandemic that is intentional. See, and I've always been speaking. We've always been speaking about the cyber pandemic. Okay, the massive global IT outage in July was not terrorism, but simply a faulty software update from a cybersecurity firm. Yet it cost Fortune 500 companies $5.4 billion in damages and shut down flights, banks, hospital, retailers, and other services worldwide. Imagine if a bad actor did this on purpose, and even grander scale. So they're like, how do they know this? Just imagine if somebody did this. They're telling you straight to your face what they're going to do next. Climate change claims its first island nation in the post-pandemic era. What? How do you know that? Well, it's because they're planning it. It's already planned. It's part of their whole agenda. Order out of chaos. The COP28 plan to phase out fossil fuels may take decades, and it's unclear if world leaders will follow through. What more probable is that in the meantime, certain island nations who emit only 0.3 of global emissions will keep fighting their cause, whether it is through international law or new climate funds. But if these islands do succumb to climate change, sinking a lot faster than we expect, how will climate activists and world leaders react? So if there was a weather event that sunk a whole island, everybody died on that island. Okay, that would be devastating. That would fast track more climate laws. You will have climate lockdowns, right? Let's go to what is the revelation of the method. I'm just going to read a little paragraph. This is from warfu.com. What is revelation of the method? In conspiracy circles, you hear the phrase revelation of the method bandied about. There's always some vague notion of rubbing your face in their evil doings or priming you for the eventual dystopian reality. And that's basically what they're doing. They're telling you up front. Okay, in that article that we just saw. And this is literally from them. I didn't make up an article. So you'll accept it with a whimper, but what is it really? When the Freemasons' cryptocracy reveals their crimes in the final stages of their alchemical transformation of humanity. Okay, well, what do they call it? A fourth industrial revolution. Man merging with machine. It is the final form of a long history of mind control. The people have been under mind control, pushing the masses into docile acceptance of a life of total manipulation and subservience. Okay, and that's pretty much it on that. It's pretty much they tell you what they're going to do in your face before they do it. Okay, especially in the final stages of their plan. And what is the final stage of their plan? Well, it's to implement the charagma. To put that subdermal, sub meaning under, dermal meaning skin, subdermal device. Okay, or the subcranial device. Sub meaning under, cranial meaning your head. Basically in your brain. Okay, and that's going on right now. And this is where they're pushing the world towards. Let's bring out this. Let's bring out a couple of scriptures. Okay. Because they're showing you their next move. It's not even a telegraph. They're letting you know, hey, look, this is what we're about to do to humanity. Just imagine in a post-pandemic world, okay, a new global terrorist group appears. Okay. Using AI to their ability. Carbon devastation around the world. Just imagine a cyber attack, a comprehensive cyber attack that would make the C-19 look like child's work. Just imagine. Just imagine climate change. Just imagine an island being sunk. Okay? Just imagine that. This is Psalms 10:1. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Because these are nothing but devices. Well, the scriptures say we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Right? We understand what these things are. If you ask the average Jake don't know what the hell is going on. For the wicked, right here, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. See? And blesseth the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. So he's boasting literally in front of the whole world. Look, this is what we about to do. We about to lock down shit. There's gonna be a new terrorist group that's gonna pop up. And what's gonna be the response? Well, the response is more draconian laws. Now we need in this post-pandemic world where you have this global terrorist group that emerges. We need to be able to track every citizen. We need to track every citizen. Okay, all right. How are they gonna do that? So what we've been saying about the MOTB, okay, Revelation 13:16 is on point of what the plan of the elite, what they want to do, and they're causing all type of mayhem, okay, to do it. And we're at the point to where they're just revealing it to you. They're outright telling you. They're coming bold with it. They're actually boasting of their heart's desire. This is what we're going to do. Just imagine that we all have microchips in our brains. This is what they're saying. Verse 10, the wicked through the pride of his conscience will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thought. And you don't, and none of these articles talk about the Most High. Okay, talk about God. Oh, give me a second. It's a lot. I had tea on the stove, marshmallow ginger, and it was burning. Oh, okay. Verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. For all his enemies he puffeth at them. So he's like, I don't give a shit what you gotta say. This is what we're gonna do. And if somebody comes up against them, they just gonna what do they call that? What is that? Where they deny it? Plausible deniability. What's she talking about? That's ludicrous. That's a conspiracy. When they literally telling you right in your face. Okay, he has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. This is what's in this man's heart. He ain't gonna be moved. It don't matter if you know or not. I'm actually showing you what I'm about to do. What the hell are you gonna do? Okay. We untouchable. Ain't nobody gonna come to the elites and lock them up. Okay, they have immunity. Okay, they pretty much they control the world. They're the king of the world. Okay. They have total autonomy. All right, his mouth. So ain't nobody gonna come and lock him up. All right, they'll send a goon squad on your ass. Well, they got weapons to where they can, bring fire down from heaven. So they sit in the seat of the Most High in their mind, and they're as they believe they're as God, right? And they're using all type of deceptive and perversive tactics to hoard humanity into their way, or mold humanity into their image. Okay, and that C-hip is that cherry on top. I'm done there. Actually, let's go here. Psalms 94 and 3. Lord, how long shall the wicked triumph? Okay, the most High has his time. This man is out of here, right? But it's like how long? He got a short time. In Job 20, the joy of the hypocrite is yet for a moment. Okay, he got a short time. How long shall they utter and speak hard things? Right, this is a hard thing. It's not getting better. And what is here's an article, but what is the solution? See, they're not telling you the solution. They're just giving you all type of these crazy ass dystopian problems. What about this? What about that? Shock, shock events, era of shock events. So they're even telling you they got names for these different years. Oh, this is going to be an era of shock events, or this is an era of polycrisis. An era of descent, whatever they see fit. Because why? Well, it's because they're actually the ones that are causing it. Okay. Let's go back. And all the workers of iniquity boast themselves. Okay. How long shall they utter and speak hard things? And all the workers of iniquity boast themselves. They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, and afflict thy heritage. And all these agendas all have one thing in common: is to take out the Israelites. Okay, we understand that. Okay, they slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, the Lord shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Understand, ye brutish among the people, and ye fools. When will ye be wise? And they're not going to be wise. They have no knowledge. They have no wisdom. Not on the right hand side. They would understand that it's futile to come up against the Heavenly Father. Okay, well, we get Psalms, the 2nd chapter, right? This is nothing but a vain thing. Okay, Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? Right, because their plan is to put a C-hip in the whole world. Okay, that and control the whole world through AI, through computers. To have everything locked down, to have their utopia and the world be a dystopia to the rest of the people. Okay, that's a vain thing to think that you're going to control, okay, the whole world, but mainly it's really to control the Israelites. I believe is the Ezekiel, the 25th chapter or the 35th chapter, where it said these two nations and these two countries are mine. Right? It says the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed saint. And in the World Economic Forum, a forum, that's literally a council where they have global leaders come to Davos, okay, to discuss about world, the future, future events, and how can they shape the world in their image. It's literally a council, an evil, wicked council. And is Jake in that council? Hell no. Jake is not in that council. It's Esau and a couple of heathens. Okay. Let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Because meanwhile, while you're, setting up this evil agenda, it's all being broken up, and it's all being exposed as well too. This is also part of you, letting your own tongue fall upon yourself. But you're so bold and so proud that you willingly and openly say these things, and don't give a shit. You're like, man, we gonna still do it. We telling you right in the face. Okay. Then the Most High gonna laugh at you. We laughing at you. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Okay, because ultimately what's gonna happen, the end of all this bullshit that you got going on, Esau, Yahushua is coming back to destroy your ass. Okay, and you being destroyed right now through, was that 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, 2 and 8. First he shall be consumed by the spirit of his mouth. That same word for consume also means to destroy or to kill. And then he shall be destroyed by the brightness of his coming. So you're done. So all this bullshit that you got going on, you deceiving the people. All right, well, if it was all possible, they should deceive the very elect. Matthew 24:24. It's not possible. So the Lord don't care if you deceive the heathens. The Lord don't care if you deceive 2/3 of Jake. The Lord don't care if you deceive your own people and they get the MOTB. The elect got victory over that. Okay? They're going to have victory over this image that you're setting up. Okay, the famine. The elect are going to get past that famine. The Most High is going to help the elect through that hour of temptation. Okay, and at the end of the day, you getting ready to be destroyed. Okay. I'm done there. Let me go back to Psalm 94. I believe that was kind of all that I had there. Let me see. I mean, you can read all these on your own. I just wanted to get a few points. Psalm 64 and 1. Hear my voice, O power. In my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Right, when this era of shock events. Okay, this era of shock events. Like what? What's a shock event? Well, if you have a wider war in the Middle East that draws America in, all right, and that's the top of the town, that America's getting ready to be drawn into a regional war. They're going to come to the rescue of the state of Israel, and that's what the scriptures say. Okay, and then Russia's going to get involved. Okay, so you're gonna have individuals here in America that are going to get sent out to war. That's going to be a shock when America is officially in a war. And then you have so-called terrorist attacks here in the States. Not only in the States, but throughout Europe. Okay, throughout Russia, throughout China. A global, what do they call it? Yeah, a new global extremist group emerges. What? How would you know that? Well, it's because they are the ones that created it. Okay, you know how much, planning and it goes into doing some shit like that. Only E can do some shit like that. Okay, because E is behind all this shit. Okay, Esau, Edom. Okay, so this is all secret councils. This is all the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword. This is all swords. Because they didn't tell you, okay, what should we do? Well, they're going to tell you, never let a good crisis go to waste. They're going to come with even more draconian laws, even more lockdowns, even more silencing of the people. Because the people are going to be bucking up. Okay, and then ultimately, you're going to need to put that thing under your skin. All right, and you're going to have people that's going to do it. A lot of people. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So it's not talking about actual bow and arrow. It's talking about their words. Okay, and they're able to prescribe these things. They're able to utter these things and put these things into law. But they use crisis, shock and awe, shock events in order to justify them doing it. Okay, and this is the time that we're in, and they ain't slowing down. Okay, they're boldly telling you what it is. Billions of people going to die in 2025, this and that, mpox, this virus, this deadly parasite, this mold, this fungus, this terrorist group, this new terrorist group. Remember when what was it, Al-Qaeda? Was it Al-Qaeda? Or it was ISIS. I literally remember when they started pushing that ISIS shit. When Obama was in there, it was ISIS. Like, what the fuck is this? All of us, ISIS this, ISIS that, ISIS this. The boogeyman. They don't even talk about the nigga no more. Okay. They'll talk about it when it's convenient, when they're using that particular whatever group. They're in charge of it. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? They believe that nobody can see them. No, and if you do see them, they'll just take you out. Your voice will reach deaf ears. It holds no weight. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And this is proof. When you go into this article. Okay. 4 global risks to look out for in a post-pandemic era. Okay. They're literally openly telling you what it is. Okay, that you got to have a deep, dark mind to think of some shit like this, and to come and basically complain. And okay, this is going to happen on this. They're like, and everything they be saying be coming to truth, coming to pass too. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen? The Most High is going to intervene and take you out. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right? Because now you can just pull up this and decipher it, and they're banking on the people just being idiots, which the majority of them are. Okay, and then their ability to control, the flow of information. Okay. And all men shall fear and declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. So I'm going to close it there. Okay, until next time, shalom to the elect.